Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel that takes you deep inside the San Francisco 49ers. I am your host, Jack Hammer. Wanted to come on and address a topic that's been kind of burning up the internet since practice yesterday, and that is Trey Lance, Sam Darnold, and the number of reps that they have received over the last couple of days, as they've been splitting the backup reps, while Brandon Allen is also taking the third quarterback reps. Now, this isn't something that should have been unexpected, and I don't even think it's a bad thing. Kyle Shanahan told us before training camp started what the plan would be, and that was that Brock Purdy would get all of the first team reps when he is healthy, when he is at practice. Now, we also know that Brock Purdy will be taking 1 day off out of every 3 practices. So what happens is Sam Darnold, Trey Lance will get those reps back on the day that Brock Purdy is out. If you look through the data so far, on days 2 and 3, the starter and the backups have taken the same number of reps. Now, obviously those reps have been split up between Lance and Darnold, but like I said, they're going to be made up because I would expect on Sunday Brock Purdy's not going to be there, which means that we're going to see the number of reps jump for both Lance and Darnold. You know, they've been right around, like yesterday there were 17 reps for the starter, 17 reps for the backup. Pretty close to the same thing the day before. I would expect that we're going to see somewhere in that neighborhood of 15 to 17 reps for Trey Lance and somewhere in that same 15 to 17 neighborhood for Sam Darnold. Well, Brandon Allen gets the third quarterback reps at somewhere around 4 to 6. That's typically the pattern, and I would expect that to happen. One other thing, this is also why Kyle Shanahan, during that introductory press conference on Tuesday, made the comment about how training camp is, and preseason games, how those preseason games are going to be important and have an additional emphasis for those guys. Those guys meaning Trey Lance and Sam Darnold, because as their reps have been going back and forth and they're splitting those number 2 reps, they're going to pick those up, as I mentioned, on the days when Brock Purdy's not there. They're also going to pick those reps up, guess where? That's right, during the preseason games where they will take more reps. I wouldn't expect we're going to see much of Brock Purdy, if any, in the early preseason, especially out in Las Vegas, coming off of the joint practices out there. So I would expect to see in the preseason game number 1, a heavy emphasis on Sam Darnold and Trey Lance getting reps in that game. So, you know what, take it for what it's worth. I don't think it's as big of a deal. The bigger deal right now is Brock Purdy and his health and his recovery, because it's clear that the 49ers believe that he is their starting quarterback and the guy that they want to roll forward with here in 2023. The first couple of days have been a little rough, definitely rocky. Not the same Brock Purdy that we saw last year. Somewhat to be expected because he hasn't been able to throw a football in 11-on-11 since the 29th of January. But he needs to improve. What we've seen so far won't cut it, and if it continues, then what you have is Trey Lance and Sam Darnold fighting for who's going to be the starting quarterback eventually. So, you know what, like I said, take it for what it's worth. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day. I'll be back in Santa Clara at training camp tomorrow, so make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and also make sure you have your notifications on, because I promise you're not going to want to miss any of the updates right here on Inside the Farms with Jack Hammer. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Take care. We talk with you soon.